gets slowed up. Sundub cleanses it all. Nearly gets taken down. Niels just blows him up. Cobb taken.
Make the ground shake.
Gonna take it down to half health. Underwear gets ulted by Lulu, but Soaz is on the back.
Hello. I'm back after a short hiatus. My computer was acting up again. But, you know, laptop sucks. So that's why I'm ordering a computer. Just finished picking the parts online. So, let's just jump into this game once I stop forgetting to do speakers like that. I swear. I need to have a routine before every game so I don't do that again or mess it up again. Alright, anyway. What we're gonna see here is that well, Olaf for one, that's something cool, something new. Olaf, Leona, Graves, that's super amount of just damage and burst all right there. Really team fight heavy right now on the Mao's side. Meanwhile, OG looking for a more protect and peel for the Kog'Maw comp. Like, they have a good amount of all in with the Lissandra and the Lee Sin, but also a lot of sustained damage coming out of the Lulu and, well, the Kog'Maw, of course. So later game team fights are definitely going to go OG's way, but if Mao's can do it right, their bot lane can absolutely crush OG. So I think bot lane will just come down to who gets the gank first, because both of these sides have really high early game potential. I mean, the Kog'Maw W damage is not something to laugh about, especially early on. I mean, you might think so, but over time that damage is gonna, just keep piling on, and it's magic damage for your percent health. So, that's. I mean, both of these bot laners are pretty tanky, so I guess they will survive that. But in my opinion, it could go either way, especially considering the skill of both of these teams. Mao's, I mean, I looked at the voting, like who's gonna win on LoL Esports. It's like 98% for OG, so that can tell you a little something about what people think of these two teams right here. Other than that, I mean, the comps as they are pretty good comps. Lissandra can lock down the Ahri or the Hecarim, actually, and try to get the peel on for the Kog'Maw, or just go in, blow someone up. Or the Ahri or the Graves would be the only real targets, considering Olaf can hit the R button and just run through the entire team. So team fights, I'm gonna give it to the OG, especially like post 20 minutes or as soon as second items start popping up for these players. Because we know Lulu is gonna have a lot of utility by the time she finishes even her first item, really. I mean, the Morello Nomicon gives a lot of cooldown reduction, AP, mana regen, so as long as, just keep shielding and speeding up the Kog'Maw, everything's going to be fine. Saving the Kog'Maw with the Lantern. Only problem with that is a little bit in the video is lagged out for me, and it goes straight into a pause, so I guess or rather the cameraman, was not the only one experiencing such technical issues. Reminds me of the Elements Gambit game from the past weekend. That was pretty funny. It's like you just see them talking and going at it, and all of a sudden, blue screen of death, everything goes terrible, and then they have a Riv come on like an hour later. Oh, don't worry about it, guys. We got it all under control. Show must go on. And by that time, it was like midnight in EU because they had to replay another game. The UOL Fnatic game went pretty long, and that was super exciting. And then, whatever happened with the Elements game, I mean, can't make that stuff up. So by the time they finally finished that, I think it was probably around like 1 a.m. or something in Germany. Or wherever they're doing it now. Last I checked, it was Germany. Either way, these things happen to everyone. Hopefully, it will be a thing of the past in the upcoming tournaments and soon to be future. Anyway, let's wow, this game looks to be pretty short. It says 48 minutes. Oh, the pause is about to stop. And we are back into it. Now, what I see right here for the early game at least, Zazis and Soaz should be a pretty back and forth, but Zazis has that sustain, so I think he'll be able to survive out that lane despite being ranged versus melee. I mean, Hecarim is not that bad against ranged champions. On top of that, if Olaf comes in and just lands axe after axe after axe, then easy gank, easy life. But if Amazing comes up, that's still a lot of kill potential onto Zazis. So top lane is going to be another case of whichever jungler comes first, because I think Zazis is up there as far as skill goes with Soaz. Not exactly on the same level, but I mean Zazis and Soaz were both in the LCS. Zazis for Roccat. It looks like MS tried to set up for the level 1 counter engage, but nothing happened. So Cedrion and Mountain are just going to head off towards the bot lane. Looks like we will get the 2v2 matchup. Pre-6, I would give this mid lane matchup to the Ahri, but I just think Xpeke's skill is that much higher. So, I mean, overall, OG is just a much, much better team than Mouse. So, giving it back to this OG team is, going back to the team vote, it's like, once again, 98%. Mithy gonna get caught out here a little bit. He's gonna not be healthy for the upcoming laning phase, but looks like doesn't even matter. They're gonna do one small minion off the blue. Head on down. But lane advantage definitely going to Mouse right here. Mithy having to use a bunch of his pots. Lane is pushing out for Cedrion and Mountain. And game is paused yet again. Not sure what the problem could be. Maybe it's Olaf. I saw him standing still by that blue buff on the minimap. So, oh no, it's amazing. Either way, we could just skip through it. And it doesn't even look like it's going to be that long anyway. Just another 30 seconds. And here we go. Now, there isn't really much to say about both of these teams. I mean, OG is number 1. Mouse is last. This should end up being a quick matchup purely based on both of these teams' skill. I mean, even in past games, we've seen Mouse just kind of fall flat on their face while OG has done really well. Robin gonna get caught out here a little bit. Xpeke gonna flash over the wall. Gonna go down. Easy first blood. Soaz and Zaz is kind of going back and forth a tiny bit. Zaz gonna tank a turret shot for almost no reason. But a couple flashes burned on both sides. Lee Sin goes down. Niels is gonna take a lot of damage. Mithy taking some back. Gonna hook up that minion and an even trade all around. Zaz is gonna get slowed up. Gonna get kicked right here. Red buff's still on him, but Amazing was only level 2. Oh, the flash! Soaz putting picks onto that Hecarim for the easy kill. And, I was about to say, why isn't Lee Sin using his crippling strike? Or, yeah, I think that's the name of it. And, well, he was actually level 2 in that engage. Despite having his red buff already and that kill, he was only level 2. Or rather, the assist onto Robin. So, a very ambitious gank, but it worked out in the end. I certainly did not see the flash help picks coming through. So, good early kill for Soaz. It's going to get his lane snowballing. He's going to be able to harass a lot more. Robin not going to land the axe, and he's going to just walk out of the lane. Lee Sin going to go to that bottom side of the map. Maybe set up a gank here for Cedrion and Mithy. Cedrion and Mithy. Niels and Mithy. Sorry, I just see Cedrion's name and say it. Anyway, one of my favorite interactions is the, you know, Lee Sin safeguard to Thresh Lantern. It's like he could just fly in from about a mile away, just all the way down the lane. Like when I was playing Lee Sin mid, I was on a really big kick. My friend playing Thresh was, rotating around the map, and I said, "Hey, go mid." He's like, "Why?" Because I'm gonna gank my own lane. Watch this. So he throws the lantern back behind the tower, flashes forward, flays. I safeguard to the dark passage and just get the easy kill. Neil's not gonna get stunned up there. Mountain flayed away, gonna dodge out the hook, and a great flay from Mithy right there. OG is definitely looking like an LCS caliber team. Zazis, despite having that early death, is still up in farm, which against a Lulu, I'm actually a bit surprised because I would think Lulu ranged easier time with farming. But, whatever works for both of these teams. Mountain gonna get spotted out by Mithy and harassed a little bit. Tanky as Leona is, she's still quite vulnerable to, the mixed damage from the passive on his flay. I remember back when it was on his Q. Those are some good old times. But, moving it to his flay. Xpeke gonna get charmed up here, gonna try to save himself, but he goes down. His ultimate didn't do anything of value right there. I think he would have been better off trying to run than wasting his ultimate, even though the Ignite was down on him. Flash almost going to come back up for Xpeke too. That was good to see the flash timer was still down for Robin, because I'm sure he figured, they flashed around the same time I did. Therefore, his flash is going to come up when my flash comes up. And Mountain going to miss a huge part of the engage right there. Mithy going to get the flay onto Robin. Mithy's still taking a lot of damage, but Soaz comes in for the save, gets the kill onto Robin, and an ambitious gank turned around by a teleport that Hecarim could not follow up with. Great map awareness by Soaz to come down and help out with the gank. It looked pretty bad for Mithy at first, but then, Lulu ultimate saved his life. This is a really good laning phase right now for Origin. They're almost 1,500 gold up, or rather almost 2,000 gold up. Just a really fast early start for them, and that's all coming out of the farm. Lee Sin is really ahead in farm. He has a bunch of assists. A bunch of kills going across the map. That's somewhere around 800 gold right there. So, understandable gold lead. A lot of just brute strength coming out for this team. Looks like Olaf is gonna try to hover around that blue, but Ari is being pushed in right now. A lot of damage actually going down onto that mid turret, but Olaf is gonna get spotted out in the river. Leona trying to come in for something on Niels, but he's way too far away. And Thresh is making a move towards that mid lane. He's just getting a bunch of deep wards all around that red buff. Those are some really great wards, especially for this dragon. Should the fight come up soon, I mean, within the next 3 minutes, those wards are still going to be there. Mountain still not level 6, can't do a long range initiation just yet. So is Perfect getting pushed in really hard, but keeping up in farm as best as he can. He is building up towards the Abyssal Scepter, so he's not going to have the mana regen, but he will have the skirmish potential to, stay in the fight a little bit longer. But with the way Xpeke is looking right now, it doesn't look like these fights are going to last long. He already has the needlessly large rod. Lee Sin is actually invading onto Olaf's red buff. A little skirmishing in the bot lane too. That caustic spittle. No, that's the Kog'Maw Q. The Void Ooze, I think it's called. That does a lot of magic damage, especially when it's being leveled up. So is Perfect. Easy kill. I mean, just ulting and then killing. not much more to say. Amazing has the damage from his brutalizer start in that jungle item. He had the assists to buy it, so I mean, it's no wonder he applied pressure when he did. I mean, so's Perfect didn't even have time to flash or ult. I think Xpeke just kind of walked forward and then ulted. Then Lee Sin came in over the wall. And because Ari wasn't moving, they saw that the gank was going to be relatively easy and got it. Zaz is still harassing Soaz really well up in this lane. So I was trying to get a bit of damage back. Can kite him out. Dragon is going to go over to OG, that first dragon, really big. This 6% damage buff is really good on everyone. And, even if you don't have AP, I'm just thinking of Kog'Maw's kit. And Robin is here for the gank. Ultimate going to go down onto Mountain, and Mountain is going to get destroyed right here. The true damage coming out from Robin, and Robin is still going hard. Flash and heal coming out from Cedrion, Robin, and Niels. Or, not the heal from Niels, but the heal from Cedrion to save Robin. Really good gank in this bot lane to try to get something back, and they're going to get a turret of their own right here. Robin still taking damage from the Kog'Maw ultimate. Peke gonna get out of the fight, and here comes Lee Sin trying to get something done. So's Perfect. Ults back into the fight. Ooh, barely dodges out the Lee Sin Sonic Wave. But the pursuit is still on. It's gonna go down. So's Perfect forced to flash away, and that is gonna be the end of the fight. Till you shoot off a leg or two. I like the Graves taunts. My favorite Graves emote is when he puts the smoke screen down onto Nocturne and says, "I got your darkness." I think it's really funny. I've never actually been able to put down the Graves the smoke screen down onto Nocturne as he ults. But my friend has in a team fight. Nocturne ulted, so he just put the the smoke screen right on top of him, and he just couldn't go anywhere. Cedrion nearly gets jumped on. Zaz is gonna be the one to try to jump on as well. But everyone on this Mao's team is pretty behind as far as levels go. I mean, Zaz just turned level 9. He was level 8 against Soaz just a moment ago. Robin a level down. I mean, Cedrion and Mountain also a level down to Niels. Not Mithy though. Mithy is level 7 as well. And just his level disadvantage is going to be really huge coming into the mid game, because mid game Kog'Maw is not the best, but it's going to be better than a relatively weak Graves who doesn't even have an eye edge, and Kog'Maw has his Trinity Force already, so who's the real winner here? Trinity Force coming out, and just look at all of those red wards in the Mao's side of the jungle. I mean, 2 pinks right in the river, 3 wards covering the mid lane behind the red buff and the raptor camp. And then on the other side of the mid lane, you have 2 right there on the banana, or on the other side of the banana wall, and 1 watching the entrance from mid lane. So, and they have 1 on the blue buff too. So they have so much vision across the entire map. And what will the vision from Mao's do? I mean, they don't have any on the top side of the map, and the ones on the bottom side of the map doesn't matter because everyone is on top. I mean, sure, Graves can split push out a little bit, but he is not the best split pusher. And that ward just died, so now they don't even have vision anywhere on the map except for their own tri-brush. Blue buff gonna get taken away by who, what, where, when. Blue buff gonna get taken away by Robin. Good attempt on the steal to try to get it over to Niels, but Robin barely makes it there for the steal. Back. Steal back. He's a player on Fnatic. I'm just a little out of it today. Apologize for any lack of enthusiasm, but I've been pretty burned out lately. I'm just glad finals are finally over. I'm sure we've all had that feeling at one point, like, oh, thank God, I'm on my spring break. It's great. Everything's going well. Mouse is trying to push the mid lane, but I think the wave clear from Xpeke is just going to be a little too strong. They're not going to be able to get this turret down. Xpeke not going to go in on the back end of the claw, and nothing really coming of that. They have 4 here in this mid lane. Kog'Maw is in bot. Lulu is in top. It's perfect pushing power right now. They have the numbers game, Mouse does, but they just don't have the gold game. They're really behind on gold and levels. I mean, one single Lissandra Q took out about a fifth of Cedrion's health. Granted, that probably should be happening, but that is a lot of damage. Here comes Robin to try to kill Soaz, but he misses his axe. Turned around a bit onto Robin, going really low, actually. Taking super low. Well, half health. And well, he's definitely forced away by this Soaz. Teleports are up for Soaz and Zazis, but Dragon is just about to spawn. Doesn't look like Mouse is going to want to even try for this, knowing the mid-game power that OG has right now. They have a level 11 Lissandra. They almost have a level 11 Amazing on that Lee Sin. And Dragon is just going to go right over without a fight. 4k gold, 2 dragons in the pockets of Origin right now. And it looks like they're going for another turret down in this bot lane. They pushed out the wave perfectly before, and with no response to it, it's essentially going to be a free tower. Zaz is still trying to do what he can on that top wave, but the minion's just a little too strong. Lulu clearing them out way too fast. They want the tower. They'll get the tower. And Neil's feeling pretty good about where he is right now. He still has Dark Passage to get out, so there it is, actually. I thought Mountain was going to go flying with Neil's. That would have been hilarious, but Neil's gets out of there pretty fine. That's what I was talking about before the game even started. The more or less protect that Kog'Maw, get him out of sticky situations with that lantern. And Xpeke gonna be taking this blue buff. His top lane fight is still going really strong. Zazis actually is nowhere, well, he's not nowhere near, but he's still not close to finishing that Triforce. He still has 1 component left of it, and if I could, I would show you the gold to see if he can actually buy it, but right now he's way behind even the enemy ADC with the same amount of farm. He's way behind the Lulu right now. Granted, Morellonomicon is not nearly as expensive, but I mean, these are still legitimate concerns. It's almost 20 minutes. Hecarim doesn't have a Triforce. Olaf is not nearly tanky enough. He has 40 farm compared to Lee Sin's 88, and Lee Sin's kill and 3 assists. So this Olaf definitely not the strongest first pick. Trying to go in onto Xpeke, but here's Amazing for the counter gank. Ultimate from Cedrion gonna come across and not deal any damage to Xpeke. Teleport coming in, and they're still going in onto that Lissandra. Here comes Hecarim though. Xpeke gonna flash away. They're gonna catch Mithy. Mithy putting up the walls. He's gonna save himself. Puts down the lantern, and the fight is still going on. Zaz is gonna get 2v1 right here. Soaz coming in on the backside, gonna get the kill, and everything just going wrong right there for Mouse. It looked like a pretty good fight to start. And Robin actually flashes forward, gets the kill onto Xpeke. That is a 1-for-1 trade overall. And they're not even going to stop to try to push his turret. Going to go check the dragon that isn't there. Graves going to go farm out bot. I mean, that was a great opportunity to seize that turret. And they just didn't use it. Granted, I mean, they didn't know where the rest of OG would have been, so they could have gotten flanked. But still, that was, I mean, there was nobody in the mid lane. They just could have gotten that turret, and now they're being caught out again. Zazis is the only one in this top lane, and his turret is going down. Amazing kicks him back into the rest of his team, and that is a dead horsey. Really sloppy map movements from Mouse right here, and I mean, just another turret and another kill. That's a 5k gold lead right here in favor of Origin, and it's completely in their control at 20 minutes. Nothing more to say than they're simply playing a lot better than Mouse. I mean, right there, when Zazis got caught out under his own turret, Olaf and Graves were bot for whatever reason. I'm not even sure. And so's Perfect, along with Mountain. We're pushing that mid lane, which I thought should have happened like at least 30 seconds earlier. So not only were they slow on the uptake, but they also got a little greedy. They went bot, took minions, and for some reason Olaf was in the enemy tribe rush behind their tower, so I'm not exactly sure what he was doing over there. Either way, it didn't contribute much to the team considering what happened in the top lane. So what Mao's need to do right now is keep up with the vision game. Just get as much vision down in their own jungle as possible. Do not let OG flank them in their own jungle. And from that, just try to keep up with their map rotations. Robin, he looked a little caught out there, but he's going to retreat back to the rest of his team. Now it looks like it's going to be a 3v3 engage in this bot lane, perhaps. I mean, it definitely looks doable on both ends, actually. But Lissandra's going to rotate down, too. Hecarim nearly gets hit by the Lee Sin Q right there. Zazis still getting a little too close. He's really poking the beast right there, but Cedrion gonna try to go into Niels. Niels taken pretty low, but Cedrion gonna have to flash away. Niels also flashes forward, but afraid of Robin. Robin gonna ult up. Zaz is also trying to go in. Niels gonna go down to Robin. Soaz almost gonna go down here, and he will eventually if the fight can continue. Mountain also caught out here. Graves is gonna get away. Soaz is still alive, and where he's gonna be running to, I have no idea. But Cedrion's still pretty caught out, and Soaz, where are you going? He doesn't have any mana left. He's gonna try for the execute. There it is. Really good of Soaz to, stay away long enough to get that execute. And right now, third dragon, move speed, going over to Origin. And this game is all but over at this point. You could argue that, gold lead is only 5k. There's still a lot of turrets to take on the mouse side. But if you just look at what's happening, I mean, they don't have any wards in their own jungle. They have one in the tribe rush and bot lane. That doesn't help them much. They have one on their own blue buff. Okay, sure. Then they have one in the top river. I'm not sure how that is going to help you. But then you look at OG. They have just been completely out-rotating their enemy team. They have... Well, vision is currently lapsing for them because, wards have been dying out. But right now, Mithy, going through that enemy jungle, they just have complete control. They're warding things up. They have a ward on the Gromp as Olaf went back, so they know he's going to be in the base. And that is going to be a Baron attempt? No, they're all just hovering around, trying to get the vision. And right now, they have vision control over this pit. Meanwhile, Xpec are going to try to catch out Zazis. They're going to find a pink and take it out. That's just a little more vision in favor of OG. Right now, it doesn't look like the Maos can do much aside from kind of just let things happen and hope OG makes a mistake. Like, if they go for Baron right here, it would take a massive engage. But Zazis caught out. easily. He's going to get ulted by Lissandra, but because of the nature of his ultimate, he's not going to get locked up. Blue buff going to go over to Xpeke. Robin trying to get something done. He is going in on Mithy really hard. Going to get taken out really easily. And here comes Zazis on the backside, trying to come in to finish off Mithy. Zazis is going to get completely caught out there. Double kill for Xpeke. So is Perfect, still trying to make something happen. Cedrion gets the return kill. That is a 2-for-1. And OG is going to back off. Now, the start of that fight looked really bad, but then Zazis was able to escape with his ultimate, which was really good. And then rejoin the fight at a later time. The problem is, though, Robin went in completely without his team. He didn't have Zazis with him, and even Mountain was on the other side of the wall. So, while Robin walked in essentially 1v5, the rest of his team were on the other side of the blue wall. So, there was really nothing to be done from Mouse once Robin decided, hey, team, let's go. Because the team said, hey, we can't do that. There's a wall in our way. And Lee Sin just knocked us up. And that's when Robin says, I hope he's going to pay child support. Haha. Okay. Okay, I get it. I'm terrible at making jokes. I'm sorry. Alright, but 6K in the pockets for OG right now. And all they have to do is maintain vision control, maintain the split push pressure from Soaz, because he does have the teleport. Graves cannot interrupt to Soaz, but he's gonna, almost gets killed right there. Soaz still running away. Cedrion uses the heal to catch up, and that is going to be a dead Lulu. Well, you can certainly interrupt a teleport by killing the person using it. But now they know Graves is in the bot lane. But they do know they are currently outnumbered, so if they start this Baron, it would be very risky. However, Kog'Maw has his Blade of the Ruined King. So that is a very real possibility still. Possibility. Paw. I don't know why I said it like that. It's possibility. Passability. Yeah. Getting all the American accents in there. Amazing. Gonna get poked out by Zazis, poking with his face. And once again, the map is slowing down a little bit, just trying to get vision control all over the place. Leona trying to go for the flank onto Lee Sin, but they're going to get spotted out by a few wards. Leona hits Lee Sin, stunned up, and he is one dead man. Meanwhile, OG is pushing that mid lane, and while that tier 2 tower is completely undefended, except by Ahri, who really can't do anything 1v3. So that turret's going to go down, and a kill for a turret is not a very good trade, considering OG still has one outer turret still standing. Dragon spawns in a minute, and despite getting that, man advantage, Mouse doesn't have the map advantage. Going back to their ward game, they have 2 by the Baron, and then 1 bottom lane in their own tri-brush. Oh, and they have 1 in the river. So 4 wards to the Scuttle Crab just died from the Baron. So 5 wards of OG, but currently they're pushing out. They are getting as many wards down as possible. And now there's another ward on the blue buff, but that's not going to help when Dragon is the next objective on the table. Soaz still has his teleport, so he's going to go top and clear that wave, push it out, make it, a real threat to the split push. Lulu does not yet have a Lich Bane, but he does have teleport. Here it comes. Amazing, gonna miss the Q. Xpeke trying to make a little bit of a statement here. Gonna hit Robin. Robin's gonna get hooked, but the ultimate is now blown off of Olaf, and OG Mouse need to get out of here, or they will get completely blown up. Ahri goes in. It's not gonna get stolen away. Amazing is still alive by the end of that. Cedrion using his ultimate for seemingly nothing, and the end of the fight right there. 6,500 gold, 4 dragons for OG, and they have all of the map pressure right now. This is their game. There's not going to be anything to stop them. And even without Lee Sin, they're going to start up this Baron. They are spotted out, or rather pinged out by the Mao's team, but I mean, it's already at half health, and the only one here is Hecarim. It can get stolen away, though, but it won't be because a little bunny can't steal Baron. Neil's gonna get the lantern away, and the re-engage of the fight is gonna go in. Xpeke is still alive, just barely, gonna go down. Mountain caught out a tiny bit, but you know, he's gonna live. A 1 for 0 off of the end of that. Robin caught out really bad right there, and make that a 1 for 1. Right now, Amazing still trying to get, there it is, the Q onto Cedrion. The heal goes down, not going to be enough to kill him just yet. Misses the Sonic Wave again, and Cedrion is going to escape. Zaz is using his ultimate to try to scare away Amazing, but what does that matter when there are Baroned up minions in the mid lane? Also a Kog'Maw, who has a lot of attack speed and a Trinity Force. This inhibitor goes down with very little fight. Cedrion dashes forward. Not the best idea. Amazing. Going to be able to escape really easily. Soaz left to die, but he will escape. Gets stunned up. There's the box. Zaz is not going to be able to do anything. I just love how the full health Neil's not getting focused down. It's like, hey, I'll take the lantern. And Soaz is just kind of left to dry. The abandonment. Now there are Baroned up super minions in that mid lane. The Mao's team is going to try to rotate top to get a little something back. But that's only an outer turret. There's nothing much going for Mao's right now. And it looks like this game is basically lost. Robin and team are still up here. Zaz is getting a little bit of damage down onto that tower. Neil's still going strong though. Zaz is not going to get hooked up right there. Mithy still moving forward. They're just stopping the backs at this point. Trying to delay it as long as they can. Mountain going to get kicked back towards the OG team. And here comes the cavalry. Mithy going to end up getting that kill. And now it just looks like it's going to be the top push from OG. Going to secure the blue buff for themselves. Lee Sin taking that away. And right now, 4v5 on the map. All of the time in the world for OG to go and win this game. A very slow roll, methodical win right here. And overall, a really good game played by OG. I mean, you may think it's a bit premature to call out the winner right now, but I mean, just look at what's happening here. I mean, I don't expect a Moscow 5 CLG EU style comeback, because frankly, it's not likely when the winning team is winning fight after fight, especially like that, with the ultimate going down onto the Hecarim, and he is forced to run away from the fight. Bot lane is going to get rotated towards Dragon up in a minute 30. That's going to be the 5th one for this OG team. Meanwhile, the chase for Soaz going to get slowed up, stunned up after knocking up, and he's going to go down to Mountain. But that's going to be a bot lane turret. You know, Soaz dying on that split push for the team. Super minions coming in 2 of the 3 lanes. If there is a god, he might be able to pull out this comeback for Mao's. Another turret going down. All but the turrets inside of the base. Robin taken out at half health. He has been able to do really nothing because the kiting is just too strong from this OG team. He and Hecarim have struggled all game to even try to get to the back line. And in every situation, he just gets chunked out ridiculously. He's still trying to build offensive items by going for a Maw Malmortius, but what good will that do? Lee Sin, his opponent in the jungle, has doubled him in farm. They have the same amount of kills, assists, they give a little bit of gold, but it's really just the entire team play coming out right here. There's no way Mouse is going to be able to stop this 5th dragon, and OG, after securing it, should just be able to walk in for the win. There it goes. Burn and destroy. Go for it, Niels. OG looking unstoppable as of late, and here's the teleport from Lulu coming into the fight, or coming in to join the rest of the team. Less health than Niels. Maybe that's why Lulu has been caught out a little bit a few times. Niels gonna... The shields. Niels getting a lot of attention here, and the game's gonna get paused again. Now, I don't know why you wouldn't just surrender instead of pausing if you're having technical issues, especially at this stage of the game. But, play it out, whatever. Gonna see if I can't skip ahead a tiny bit. Oh, never mind. Pause is over. Play will resume, and frankly, it's gonna be the win for OG. Middle inhibitor spawned, but OG gonna rotate, take that out. They have super minions coming in the top side, so they're gonna, pile up behind those and see if they can't just win the game right here in this one fell swoop. They are, however, waiting around for whatever reason. Neil's doing a lot of damage to that tower. I think OG right now is kind of saying, like, come at me, bro. But I don't think Mouse is going to fall for that. More super minions, or rather a cannon minion coming in from the mid lane with super minions top. The top Nexus tower is going to go down. Bottom one soon to follow. Robin, a lot going down onto him. Xpeke puts himself into the middle of the fight. Zazis forces someone onto the... forces the Mythi, to be specific, onto the platform. Soaz taking a lot of damage. But the Nexus is going down. That's the game. Really good game for OG right now. And, well, there really isn't much to say aside from they were the better team. Oh, no, let's not do the autoplay, YouTube. Thank you very much. And, well, thank you for watching. I am Scott Scoot S. Frank Daddy. I don't think I said that earlier in the stream. Anyway, you know me. Like, comment, subscribe, leave some constructive feedback if you can. Always tell me where I can improve. Thank you for watching. I will see you again.